Hi guys, Fabrizio here, and today I present my novel, my vivential project called A Novel, a romantic horror novel. Let's go. Brianna was a very popular girl, and she was very pretty. She was studying at university when she suddenly sees Bruno and falls in love. After a few days, she decides to talk to him and thus break the ice. She asks Bruno out and Bruno accepts. In a movie and music night, Bruno realizes that she is unique and isn't like the others and tries to make her fall in love. They went out frequently and Brianna tells him one day that he was falling in love with her and that Bruno tells her that he was in love with her, and they kiss her. After a few months of relationships, Bruno already knew her and knew that something was wrong, but she didn't want to say anything to Brianna. Her life seemed like a game or something else, and Bruno felt strange. A few years later, Brianna wasn't the same because some relatives had died and Bruno was a bit distant. She didn't understand, but he was confused. So tells him why we need to go to a psychologist. We are not crazy. But Bruno knew that something was wrong, and he tells him that we need to go to a psychologist and see what is wrong in our relationships and in our life. The psychologist tells them what's going on in the relationship, and Brianna tells that Bruno doesn't love her anymore. And Bruno tells her that it's not true. She's wrong. And it's weird because we were the perfect couple. The psychologist says they are not okay and they need help. Brianna opens her eyes and leaves her room. Bruno goes after her and she stops a taxi. Bruno tries to stop and her and she leaves. Bruno takes a taxi and goes home. Brianna comes home drunk late and Bruno tells her why you haven't told me about pain in a while. And when I try to help you, you go crazy. She tells him, I love you. Don't do this to me. And he tells her, says, I think the relationship isn't working. We have to break up. She yells at him not leave her because she has no one else and he leaves the house. Okay. The next day, he goes to pick up his things. She remembers the beautiful moments that they spent, the passionate nights, the delicious lunches, and the wonderful landscapes that they visited together. Now everything has become nothing. She goes into a panic and mental disorder, and at the moment when she prepares her clothes, she grabs a knife and kills him, dismembers her body, takes photos of her and uploads it to the internet. A few months later, the police find parts of the body in the sea and identify that it was Bruno. Sometime later, sometime later, sometime later, Brianna is in Paris enjoying a cup of coffee in the crowd without leaving any trace. So this story, yes, this story ended. Thank you guys, and this is my vivential project. Thank you. Goodbye.